So what is your number one reason that you've come across then? Let's put on our green hats here, and we're talking to business owners, and they're here's my issue as I ask you this question. Here's what I've seen. Why are businesses not profitable? And many times the problem that I see is that businesses make a little bit of money and don't realize how much money they've left on the table. So for me, at my size, I always say it's much easier for me to find savings and make money from existing sales than to go get new sales.
Yeah.
And so if people, you kind of fool yourself because you go, oh my God, I made $5,000 last month. And then I can look at it and go, yeah, but you should have made 8 with the same revenue, not doing any more work because you didn't do these things. So that's kind of my approach to it. But let me ask you, why are businesses not profitable?
Yeah, I mean, that is a great question. I mean, that's a very important question because according to the Small Business Administration, literally 50% of all businesses will never see their 5th birthday. They go out of business. And so the big question is why? I mean, the easy answer is that they run out of cash.
Right.
Well, so why do they run out of cash? And it's just they're not profitable for a variety of reasons. There may not have been a market fit, or the management team wasn't the right people in place and have enough investors, whatever. But it all boils down to the fact that the business owner was not looking at the right numbers and improving the right numbers. You've got to look you've got to look at the most important numbers in the business that impact profit and cash flow, and then figure out of all those numbers. And I literally have my clients look at 9 numbers. That's it, on a monthly basis. And we create what we call a scoreboard. It's just a simple graphic based scoreboard that those 9 numbers are either red, green, or yellow. And the business owner could quickly tell of these 9 numbers which ones are causing me to not hit my profit target or profit goal the most. So you've got to focus on just the few numbers to figure out what driver of profit is off. Right. And then once you know that, then you can go deep in that area. So here's an example. I started working with a client in Florida that's a service-based business. They were making in sales about 1.2 million in annual revenue, which is great. The owners were spending most of their time on getting more sales. And so they were working 70-hour weeks, but they had a loss when they came to me, about $250,000 loss. So they were making 1.2 million in sales, had a loss of $250,000. We started working together. I, looked at their financials, and realized that sales wasn't the problem. They were not, some of their services, they weren't making enough margin. And so when I plotted their numbers on this scoreboard, those 9 things, it was very apparent that their margins were very thin on these 3 products they were selling. And so we got to work focusing on that. And this year, I mean, they're still a client. This year, they're going to do about $350,000 profit. 2 years ago, they had a loss of $250,000. Now they have a swing over about $600,000 without growing sales.